So in about this Easter time of every year, the Red Arrows deploy, certainly in my time, they deployed to Akrotiri for about 8 weeks. And the purpose of that, there's a couple of reasons for doing that. It's not just about going and enjoying some time in the sun, although there is that. From a team perspective, it means that we get away from a lot of the distractions. Mm-hmm. Some of those might be family distractions, going home at night, from work distractions, emails, phone calls, the visits, the corporate visits that the Red Arrows do. It's getting away from all of that so that you've just got one thing to focus on, which is putting the polish onto the display. It also allows us to do that in pretty much guaranteed good weather. So it means that if we want to go and practice a week's worth of full displays, we pretty much know that we can. But it also allows the team to fly over lots of different venues. So at Scampton, they're pretty much flying up and down the runway. It's one of the largest runways in the UK, 9,000 foot long, 200 feet wide. It's a great anchor piece in the ground to orientate the display on, and you need that when you're learning things. However, the majority of the displays the Red Arrows do around the season aren't up and down runways, so you need to get used to doing it over non-airfield sites. So Akrotiri gives us the opportunity to do that away from the airfield but still on the airbase, and it also gives us the opportunity to practice the display over the sea, which is where lots of the UK display sites are, and that brings its own challenge. You don't have the same texture underneath, the same visual cues. You have to be wary of glassy sea, misty horizons. It might be that the leader is happy to do loops, but he's not happy to do barrel rolls, because barrel roll is one of the most dangerous maneuvers you can do. It's probably one of the most simple maneuvers, but if you get it wrong, it can bite. And if you get it wrong over the sea with a poor horizon with 8 aircraft following you, you get it very wrong. So it allows the team to practice in all of those environments, and it allows the team to, and not just the pilots here, the engineers as well, and the support team, the whole team, to really get together such that when the Air Marshal, as it was, comes out, the CNC comes out and says, hopefully, yes, you're good enough. At that point, the team, they're not just good enough from a flying perspective, but from a whole operational perspective, and they've got the ability to work as a team throughout the UK season. Because what the public see is clearly the Red Arrows at an air show, and hopefully it looks amazing, but the Red Arrows might have 2 or 3 displays to do that day, or 5 or 6 that weekend, which will involve massive logistics, very long days sometimes. Then you throw in some aircraft going US in there, and you need to be able to operate as an extremely well-oiled machine, which it continues to do.
Yeah. So can you remember the day you first got your Red Arrow suit?
So when you first get your Red Arrow suit, the Air Marshal will say, congratulations, you are now safe enough and you meet the standard required to represent the Royal Air Force. I mean, that's a pretty powerful comment in its own right. He then says, congratulations, off you go, get into your red flying suit. So at that point we go, put our red flying suits on, toast our success with a glass of bubbly, celebrate for an evening, have a day or 2 off, and then it starts straight away. And I can remember all the old guys on the team, or the guys with more experience than me, saying, when you get into a plane in a red flying suit, it's very different. And it's the things that out of the corner of your eye that are different. So when you go flying and you put your G-pants and your life jacket on, you're just used to seeing a green flying suit there. You take it for granted. You see flashes of red around the cockpit. And it might sound ridiculous, but it really does catch your eye. And you kind of have to pinch yourself to go, I'm actually wearing a red flying suit, and you really feel as though you've deserved it. And it's also at that point that the engineers put their blue flying suits on, so that they're called the Blues. So it's a whole team thing. The team transforms from this thing that's been working up to reach a certain standard, and then there's a clear defined point. When that happens, we put a red flying suit on, the Blues put their Blues on, and the whole team knows that we deserve this, and we're proud to wear it. But it is strange.
Yeah.